Promoting arts by fostering an environment of acceptance, growth, and learning describes in a few words the mission behind Magic Moments. You know our next guest, it's Ted Kuntz from his business Renewal by Anderson, but in his spare time, he's helping to change the lives of people living with or without disabilities through theater. I find this fascinating, and I want to know more about the mission of this very unique theater group called Magic Moments.
Yep, Magic Moments is a musical theater group. We produce an annual production. It involves amateurs, professionals, and then also folks with disabilities. And then some of the money that's raised goes back into programs that serve that community. It is a one-of-a-kind theatrical experience, and it has a cast of about 200 people, about a third of which have some sort of disability.
Which makes it one of a kind and really, really special. So with all the different backgrounds of the performers, what really goes into producing all the different kinds of shows?
Yeah, so what we do is we take music that everybody already knows, and then we arrange it into a way to help tell a story. Now that story sometimes can be hard to follow, but most of the time we try to keep it pretty simple, light, and entertaining. This year we're doing a show called It's All Greek to Me, which is a theatrical musical romp through Greek mythology. And
so the music is, Greek inspired, or is it?
Not even close.
Okay.
So it is all over the place. So, for example, we've got Pandora's box that gets opened. We've got Thor's hammer. We've got, you remember the Trojan rabbit, right?
I do.
No, you don't. It was a horse. So we take things like that, we put a twist on it, and then we use a song that maybe helps or tells that story. And usually we're using a song in a way it wasn't necessarily intended. And we use songs from all over the map, from musical theater to stuff that is current to stuff that you may have completely forgotten about.
Well, take us to pre-show. So pre-show, you do auditions just like any other show, right?
Just like every theater out there, we have roles to fill. So we do audition everybody for the show. We try and find out what people's strengths and weaknesses are, and then we also find ways to help, push and motivate people to try something maybe that they wouldn't have thought they could do. But everybody does come and audition. Even if you can't sing, we might have you do a couple dance steps. If you can't dance, maybe we'll put you through the motions of doing a monologue. So everybody does audition.
So some requirements, but not necessarily anybody can audition.
Our mantra is, if you can breathe, you can be in our show.
There's the requirements right there. I love it. Okay. Well, what changes have you seen in performers before and after they've had something to do with Magic Moments? I'm sure it's incredible to see.
Yeah, the first big change with people is confidence. It gives people a confidence they wouldn't necessarily have had before. We've had a nonverbal person actually deliver the opening and closing lines to a show. We've had people that are in wheelchairs, like you see there, do dance numbers. So there's any number of talents to be discovered, and I find it always curious that when people come see the show, they often forget what they're watching and they just get caught up in the motion and the action of it all. They don't really notice who has a disability and who doesn't.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite moments in performances?
Well, my favorite moments are usually things that go wrong during a performance, and then you have to, the show must go on and figure out a way through it. We've had people that were supposed to make an entrance and just didn't show up, so there's some vamping that goes on.
That happens in live TV too.
You name it. It's with as many people as there are on stage, and we have over a 3-month rehearsals period, trying to get everybody coordinated and to do the show. That's why it's called Magic Moments. It's pretty magical when it all comes together.
No kidding. And Ted, you just said there's a lot of people on that stage. How many people can you get on that stage? I mean, that's an incredible.
That's a feat in and of itself. The Anschutz Theater at Kent Denver is where we do the production, and it houses about 450 people in the audience. The stage only fits probably about 150, and then we have wheelchairs, so that cuts that down some. So usually, like on big group numbers like that, we're even out into the aisles, up and around. So it's really kind of an interactive experience as well.
And the reason I ask is because I'm sure you need help behind the scenes. And
always. There's always ways to help.
What can our viewers do to get involved and
help out? Well, the first thing to do is to go to the website, find out more about what we're doing. It's www.magicmomentsinc.com. You can go online and buy tickets for this year's show. You can find out more about our group as a whole and see what we've done both now, currently, and in the past. And more importantly, there are ways to donate and support what we're doing. We're really striving to try and find more corporate sponsors this year. Obviously, Renewal by Anderson is a corporate sponsor this year. We've got the Anschutz Family Foundation as a sponsor, but we'd really like to reach out and find some more corporate sponsorships, as well as individual donors are always welcome.
Most certainly. Boy, how has being a part of this impacted your life personally?
Gives me a sense of direction. It's something that I started doing just kind of on the side, getting back into community theater. I just enjoyed it, and the more I did, then I started helping write the shows. Next thing I know, I was on the board. Now I'm president of the board. So it's giving me, you know, that outlet, that creative outlet that I need. For a lot of folks that are involved in the show, it's the one thing they get to look forward to every year, because there's just not a lot out there for some people to do.
Right.
It meets weekly. It meets Saturday and Sunday for full cast rehearsals, and then throughout the week, Monday through Wednesday. So during that 3-month rehearsal period, you know, a lot of friendships are forged.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And it's so great to hear you talk about it, and we're so glad to have you on. So thank you very much
Thanks
for
for having
introducing us to that. Magic Moments presents It's All Greek to Me. You can enjoy the performance from March 31st through April 3rd. All performances are held at the Anschutz Family Theater at Kent, Denver. For tickets and more information, visit magicmomentsinc.org.